Hello, it's your boy, Oliver James. Welcome to the WWE Weekly YouTube channel. I am going to chat about Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live review and also talk about SmackDown Live. Just before I get into the video, if you go on to like the video, remember to give it a thumbs up and to also subscribe to the channel. You can also talk to me in the live chat, which I will read whatever comments you've got and respond to them, or you can also leave it in the comments section below. But if you do subscribe, remember to press that post notification bell where you will get the chance to know whenever I am uploading any new content or streaming live. So obviously we will start with the the main show of WWE, which is Monday Night Raw. I won't go in depth in like every single match that happened on Raw. I'll go in depth in the ones that I think are important and based on the SummerSlam card. Like, I mean, what happened on on SmackDown on Raw? Well, I mean, it opens with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair facing off against Natalia and Trish Stratus. Well, based on that awkward silence, it means it was shocking. Trish Stratus, why was she there? Well, like to maybe pop a rating? She was there for no reason whatsoever. She didn't even tag in to the match. She was not even involved in the match. That is just how disappointing it was. Natalia took a beating by Charlotte and Becky Lynch. And, after a while of, bam, bam, boom, Charlotte Flair walked away and Natalia lost the match. So obviously Becky and Charlotte won the match via disqualification because Natalia locked in Becky Lynch after a 5 count against the rope for the old sharpshooter. Trish Stratus tried to help Becky Lynch and Natalia pushed her, blah, blah, blah. That was Raw's go home angle to this feud. So Becky's go home angle was her getting the fuck put in a sharpshooter and Trish Stratus trying to save her despite her being her opponent until they tapped out. Charlotte Flair's go home angle was her walking out of the ring and walking up the ramp like a little cunt. Natalia's was her seeming strong twice because she seemed strong on SmackDown. Well, Trish Stratus seemed like an absolute mug on Raw, but seemed alright on SmackDown, which means we will get to SmackDown later on in the live stream. And then we obviously had about the 24/7 championship changing hands yet again. It was with the first pregnant 24/7 champ, pregnant champ, Maria Kanellis. And she got pinned by her husband, Mike Kanellis, at her OBG scan or whatever fucking scan they said it was. And waiting in the waiting room was R-Truth dressed as a woman and Carmella dressed as a guy. R-Truth rolled him up. The doctor was a referee. 1, 2, 3. R-Truth is yet again your 11-time 24/7 champion of the world. So that was that in terms of the 24/7 championship. That was that in terms of the women's match and what they've got for SummerSlam, which the only one not involved on SmackDown was Becky Lynch. So that was literally her go home angle So again, the fuck put in a sharpshooter. Quality, guys. Well played. And they had Samoa Joe actually proper kick-starting Raw, by complaining at Michael Cole and Corey Graves, saying that the blame shouldn't be put on him for the recent forklift attack on Roman Reigns. But then later on in the show, a producer or backstage personnel, I should say, the personnel of Raw, they literally they went to the ring and told Samoa Joe that that Roman Reigns was actually in the building, or that he was that he was virtually on his way to the building. So Samoa Joe basically said that he was going to go to the parking lot and wait for Roman, or meet Roman Reigns out in the parking lot, etc., etc. You get the drift. So as soon as they were about to confront each other, a car came out and they went bang straight into Roman Reigns' car. Luckily, Roman Reigns jumped back into the fucking car at that time. And then Roman Reigns managed to get his response on Smackdown, is where I'll go to Smackdown for this. He went into the locker room at the end of the night, because obviously he had a interview midway through the show with Kyla Braxton, and he said that he will get the results. He will find out who has been attacking him over the last 2 weeks. I'll find out tonight. So hey ho, he went into the locker room, confronted Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy is one talented, gifted Australian human being of a wrestler. You just made Roman Reigns fucking absolutely throw this guy around a locker room like he was a rag doll, just to find out that it was Rowan. Well, Daniel Bryan and Rowan, but Buddy Murphy only said Rowan because he didn't see Daniel Bryan. So that was that angle just made for SummerSlam, I suppose. Because this continues the week after SummerSlam. And then this feud is going to kickstart going in towards Survivor Series, where I think the perfect one should be. If they are to do like Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series, it should be Team Reigns against Team Rowan, which would be absolutely class. Like Rowan, probably Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, maybe Ricochet, someone else against Rowan Bryan, maybe Styles, McIntyre, probably Shane or like Elias into that, and then maybe Chad Gable onto his one. Makes perfect, legit sense. Really does, but look, that was the weird Roman Reigns angle over. Talking of angle, Kurt Angle returned on Raw as a special guest referee for a match that was meant to happen on Raw between Cedric Alexander and Drew McIntyre. And and that turned out to not happen because Drew McIntyre attacked Cedric Alexander before the bell, and then the Fiend Bray Wyatt hit the mandible claw on Kurt Angle in the ring as the lights went out. Then Bray Wyatt was on SmackDown doing the greatest segments in WWE for the past probably 10, 15 years. Easy. Well, maybe 10 years, maybe 5, 10 years. Firefly Funhouse. It was chilling. It was it was mind boggling. It was CLASS, class.